814 podcast presented by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook, bet local. And Joey Votto, Canada's songbird, is a Toronto Blue Jay at the ripe age of, I want to say 40. Immediate reaction. Bang. Don't think about it, Avery. Where are you at?
It wasn't that exciting to me. Was it like for that
It
for
does.
you?
I said it to TikTok, Avery. It doesn't move the needle, right? Like,
I've had this thing, the Joey Votto thing ever since the Canada baseball quotes to me, as many times as he can like apologize, have forever just like shaded a little bit. It was always odd after that for me. And like him begging to want to play after, sure,
a lot.
one of the best
It,
Canadian baseball players of all time. I was surprised that everyone in the world seems to love him. And it was odd to me. I was like, I don't want to. I felt like I was being that guy for the first time. It was like, is there something wrong with me not liking him as much as everyone else in the world likes him?
this is why, and okay, this is why it sucks for me. And I'm not mad about it. I want to make clear.
No, no,
I'm on the opposite side of you
I
because,
can't say I'm that mad about it for a
well,
guy
you
who.
seem mad. You could say it. I'm not gonna gaslight you. You seem mad.
No,
Like you seem a little bit mad. The quote thing was wild because I've never seen Avery jump to something as
it was
fast
the
as you did with that. And you did get bodied a little by a lot of people. One of our own, a couple friendly fires under that quote. But him apologizing for it, I do stand with you on that. Like, it's just kind of him saving his ass, I guess, because what he said, what he said. But I do kind of back what he said because the Jays passed on him in the draft, and Team Canada didn't pick him from the junior national team.
Okay, but
So
wait, but after he played for two World Baseball Classic teams. If he hated Canada baseball that much, why would he play for those? It's like he was 32.
okay, okay, that's a good point
He
as
was
well.
he was 32 at the time he said these quotes. So to me, ever since then, it's just kind of been weird. Like I don't know what side to be on for that. But Joey Votto as the baseball player has been fantastic for a very long time. And I think a lot of people are going to think it's cool.
Well, let's read the quotes, Avery. So
Yeah.
for the listeners that don't know, so Joey Votto essentially came out and said, "I don't care almost at all about Canada baseball. I wasn't raised inside of Canada baseball. Really, I'm coming up on half of my life being in the United States, working and being supported by American baseball." He said, "As far as Toronto and Canadian baseball and the country of Canada and James Paxton being Canadian, I don't care at all about Paxton, the Jays, or Canada in general. They all may disagree with that, but I really couldn't give a rat's ass about that." A very weird quote to say. And I know there's one thing about holding a vendetta against not being drafted by the Jays. Sure, fuck it. But to come at Canadian baseball as hard as he did, that was wild. I will say that.
Yeah, like obviously he didn't like what Canada baseball did. We know what the junior national team is
It's
for
politics.
people like that too, right? Like 100% for some people there who probably deserve to and don't do it. So there is some politics, and I don't think that's a crazy thing to say if he says he doesn't like baseball Canada because of those things, because we know a lot of people who are like that. Um, so it was always the weird back and forth to me that of like I understand the reporter asks, "Hey, how's James Paxton doing at this time?" Because this is when he threw the no hitter against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously, you can say you don't care about that, and I have no problem. Like, ask me about like
yeah.
two teams that are in the other league that I'm in, um, like not teammates with any of them. So who really cares at that point? I agree, but it's like saying you don't really care about Canadian baseball after that was always odd. And then like changing, he was a grown ass man at that point, like 32. Um, so I don't want to dwell on that because there is fun things about this. And um, my first reaction was, oh, yeah, he just kind of got his way, and he's auditioning for a job again. And my one of my other first thoughts was this kind of spells the end of the most fun we've had in spring training with
In a
Daniel
long
Vogelback.
time. In a
With
very long time. That's the only thing that I could see myself getting really, really pissed off about is just the idea of fuck, like Daniel Vogelback might be gone. But
but even then, would you get so pissed at yourself that it's like the last bench guy on the team?
this is the thing though, right? It's if Joey Votto is just completely and utter cat shit in spring training, he's not making the team. Like Obviously, it's not a hot take. But the weird thing about it is like Daniel Vogelback has played himself to a roster spot. The guy you tweeted the OPSs today, another single up the middle today. He looks good. He is hitting very well at the plate, which is why it's kind of like a slap in the face to him with this signing when we already got a guy. And if you look at Zip's projections, many projection sites have Vogie having around a 110 weighted runs created plus and a Votto at like a 90. So even the projection sites aren't even really on the side for a team that's very analytically driven in the Toronto Blue Jays. So a very weird, like, all right, we'll throw the dog a bone type of move. I don't know where I'm at with this, to be honest with you. I'm kind of in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's if it was like a year ago, obviously still on a deal, you feel differently about this, but as a facing right-handed hitters, because what are him and Vogelback won't be on this team together. There's
No,
almost no reason to have
no.
two guys who are going to be there to do the same thing. It's like when we complain about all the infielders who basically do the exact same thing. They won't have Vogelback and Joey Votto on the same thing. So Joey Votto's a 301 hitter against right-handers. And it's been a decent sorry, 2021 was the last time he was healthy, and that was a Linsanity year
Oh my God.
for Joey
Insane
Votto.
year.
We can just go look at his percentile rankings from 2021. We'll start with 2023, the most recent year. He didn't play enough to do anything, but good chase percentage, good walk rate, and good barrel percentage. Everything else, way, way below league average.
Way,
Expected batting average,
way
expected
below.
slug.
He was Avery. Let's not beat around the bush, man. He was really bad in 22 and 23.
Horrible, really bad.
Like,
No beating around the bush at
gun
that.
to your head, who are you picking right now?
Daniel Vogelback.
Easily, right? That's what I'm saying, though. I don't get this fucking move.
See, yeah, because I don't think I'll ever say the words "I don't get this move" like and be mad because it's a minor, non-roster invite, right?
Yeah, but
I
it's like,
can't work myself up. I think, um, unfair to Daniel Vogelbach. Sure, the business is unfair, totally, and
yeah,
he seems to have taken, his opportunity to make this team in stride. And I was happy to pencil him in right now. Obviously, front offices are smarter than you and I are, so maybe they know something. Maybe they're doing Joey Votto a solid. And it seems for people who are a little bit older than us, absolutely love this move and want him to be a Blue Jay so bad. It's going to be weird looking at his whole if he plays a game in the big leagues for the Jays, you just go through everything. It's like, okay, he played for Cincinnati for 100 straight years, and then you get the Toronto Blue Jays for 36 games in 2024. Um, is it like there's some upside from a marketing perspective of it? I never really want to talk about baseball that way if you're not talking about like Shohei and Soto, how much money you should give them. Um, but he tweeted his way to a job, and people in our position should applaud Joey Votto for that.
that's a good point. I don't know. It's okay. Here's a question: if Joey Votto doesn't make the team, you think he goes AAA?
No, no, I think he has to be released to try and like make another team.
Okay, I could see him just the person he is playing in Buffalo.
He's it's basically playing for the hometown team.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see him.
I don't
I don't
know.
know, man. I
The
don't know. I could just
non-roster
something.
invite thing is confusing. I don't know non-roster invite how that works perfectly well.
No, well, it's a minor league deal, $2 million.
Oh, I thought he was non-roster invite, not minor league deal. I thought
Well, I
there was
saw a $2 million deal. I saw Joey Votto $2 million.
if he makes the Blue Jays, like if he's on the major league.
Oh,
So yeah, nothing official yet. I think Vogelback might have been the exact same thing if he makes the team. Um, so again, it's a guy who's late into camp. We play meaningful baseball games in
like he's
20.
gonna play what 5 games in spring training? Like
They're gonna need him in.
season,
They're gonna need him in more than that, and
well, the season starts in 2 weeks, dude.
that's what I was gonna say. Well, the season starts in 20 days. The Jays play opening day 20 days from now.
Oh, okay. I guess technically you're right. I'm thinking of the
Soul
Japan.
series.
Yeah, yeah, the Seoul series. Okay, so he'll probably play what? How many games do you think he plays? Over under 9.5?
I think they try and get him into 10, but even then, for a 40-year-old guy who's dealt with injuries the past, like you
That's
ease him in.
tough, man.
Do you think they? Do you think he gets even a fair? Do you?
They're
Okay,
going to give him every opportunity,
for
Avery. Let's make
sure,
that very
for
clear.
sure. Do you think the front office wants Daniel Vogelback or Joey Votto?
I think they want Vogie.
Why would you even bring Votto in then?
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. If they wanted Votto, they really, really wanted Votto, they would have signed him before spring, the same time they signed Vogelback.
Fair. I
They knew
mean,
he wanted to play here, right?
yeah,
Like, if they really, really wanted Joey Votto, they would have signed him instead of Daniel Vogelback. I think the voices in the room, Bo Bichette grew up with Vogelback. Uh, Obviously, we know the Coochie history, naming his child's middle name after Vogie. And the Bassett talked about loving him as well. So I think the Vogelback option at the end of the day is what is going to come to the is what's going to come to fruition. I guess I don't know if that's the correct sentence for it, but I think it's going to be Daniel Vogelback that makes his team. He's
okay.
it's I don't know how you justify Daniel Vogelback not making the team if he continues to hit like this.
Yeah. He was asked to come in and hit extra base hits, and he's took Garrett Cole deep for what it's worth.
And Andrew Chafin, a lefty.
Yeah, interesting move. I think it'll be a nice thing in camp. And maybe we look back on it again. He doesn't even get to play those 30 something games with the Toronto Blue Jays. We just get those really weird photos. It's like when you put MJ in a Wizards uniform. You take the photo like a washed guy on an opposing team. Do I think there's a ton left there for 40-year-old Joey Votto? No. Do I think he is a better chance of playing a position than Daniel Vogelback? Yes.
Obviously.
Daniel Vogelback, like Keegan said, probably isn't going to bring a glove to the field for the whole season. So it's different. Should I make myself less? I don't think I'm mad about it. Yeah, I was just like in on
It's
Daniel
just a
Vogelback.
weird vibes.
Like this would have been awesome at the start of camp. I didn't think there was a need for his type of bat and playing with how Vogelback had
Well,
done.
the Jays are leading the offseason in no risk signings. Like, let's just say that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
100,
Like
100%.
every single signing so far, like the past couple months, has just been all right, minor league deal. Let's just see what the fuck this guy does. Let's take a flyer on this guy and just throwing shit at the wall. And it has worked for Daniel Vogelback so far,
Yep.
right? I mean, the guy is having competitive at bats, not to stroke the dude off. I made the TikTok today. Like, I love Daniel Vogelback.
Yeah, I don't have much more on the Votto thing. Let's see him out there. He's gonna walk. That's what he's been like, great zone discipline. I don't think that's gonna change. Let's see if he can catch up to Velo again. Because the splits last year were horrendous. If we
Yeah.
um
Well, Daniel Vogelback's small sample size is slugging 733. I know it's not sustainable, obviously,
yeah,
but
Votto was actually way better against lefties than righties. Small sample size. He had an 85 weighted runs created plus against right-handers last year. I think Vogelback has the leg up on him. Really small or really low batting average on balls in play of Votto if you want to look at something that he could get better on as
how much
well.
of this do you put with the narrative like, all right, we're just trying to make the fans happy?
Do you think he's like 0%? But when you say it out loud, maybe
Like,
Ross is trying to save himself because
not trying to save himself, but it's just like
they'll hate
the
Ross
thing is,
just
it
as
looks
much if they
worse.
cut
Like,
him.
there's more of a like Votto could potentially be like, I hate this team more if the Jays bring him on for like 3 weeks and the dude's just dog shit and gets cut.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm like. It's a minor league signing, like you said. It's kind of just whatever. But the thing about Votto is if he's fully healthy, God, I don't know what this guy could do. He's been a pure hitter his entire career. Power hitter actually is recently of obviously if you look at 2021.
2021 was like I can't believe those numbers. A 938 OPS in 533 plate appearances.
Wild.
And then he follows up the next 2 years with an OPS of 689 and 747.
747 is not bad though.
It's not good.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not like all right for a bench bat. It's not dog shit. But yeah, it's I'm not quite sure where I'm at with it, but I guess we could just see.
Let's let the people enjoy Joey Votto. If you want to enjoy Joey Votto,
Go
en-
ahead.
enjoy him in Blue Jays blue because
Go ahead.
you'll
En-
love him.
Enjoy Joey Votto. If he rakes in the spring, it's a good problem to have, having two guys just battle for one spot at the end of the day. But we'll see what happens. And anyways, Ricky T bump day tomorrow. I might fuck around and go live for before that. Maybe go live for it. I believe it's against the Phils,
Yeah.
right? It's against the Phillies.
Uh, think so. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
it's against the Phillies. So, anyways, we had to come at you live here with the Joey Votto pod, Canadian legend, joining the Toronto Blue Jays on a little minor league non-roster invitee at camp. I'm excited to see his first game as a Blue Jay. I'll say it in spring training, and just see where he's at, like where his swing is, or anything along those lines. If he rakes, it'd be absolute scenes for this podcast. It'd just be unlimited content. So, good. Best of luck to Joey Votto. We'll see what happens. And Mitch White podcast dropping Sunday night for the people. I'm excited for you guys to hear that. Absolutely electric stuff. Thank you as always to Sports Interaction. Make sure you guys download it. The link is actually in the bio of this YouTube video.
Nice
Click
little
that.
welcome offer for you.
Welcome offer 200%. And let's have ourselves a great weekend. And we will chat next week.